the handles milled for length and width, but I still got to do the taper, and I have the holes drilled for the pivots and for the stop pins. So now we're going to concentrate on fitting the pivot and then the stop pin for the open position. So looking at these bushings, these are 127 thousandths, so just over an eighth of an inch. And this is about 135 thousandths. So I'm going to go to the surface grinder and grind this down so that after I sand it, it'll be exactly 125 thousandths. So these bushings will just be a tiny bit proud, which is what we want, because then no matter how hard we screw these in, it will press on the bushings and it won't clamp the pivots down to the blade. Okay, so it's time to do the slots that are going to go here, which the blade is actually going to sit inside and be pinned with the pivot. You can see that the bushing plus a washer on either side is 166 thou, 166 and a half. So I'm going to have to use an 1/8 inch end mill and mill this slot. Because those are kind of short, I've decided I'm going to do the taper on this before that. So the way I'm going to do that is the difference here is about exactly a 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to use this 1/4 inch stock, prop this end up in the vise, and then mill this flat. So let's go get that done on these two first. All right, so they're all tapered and starting to look like the right shape. Looking at these, which is the one I'm copying, this channel is exactly the same width all the way down. So I'm actually going to be doing that channel all in one operation. And because of that, I think I'm going to put some holes through here, and that's going to give me just some relief and some visuals along the handle. I'm going to do that first so I just have less to mill. So you can see these little cross hatches. That's where I'm going to be drilling holes. And I'm going to go do that on the mill so they're precise. I will have to shim this now because it's narrower at one end, so I'm going to just be taking some calculations and putting a shim so that this is centered on this end.
I started here with a 16th inch drill bit, just pecking it a little bit to make sure it went in straight, then moved up to an 1/8 inch, and then finally finished off these holes with a 1/4 inch. Now it's time to mill the slot. I was really worried about this because it's just an 1/8 inch end mill, but it went no problem. For most of the